Good evening. The Florida Department of Transportation would like to welcome you to the Wekiva Parkway, Sections 3A and 3B Pre-Construction Public Information Meeting. This meeting is being held to allow you to review the latest construction plans and schedules. We also will make you aware of changes to traffic patterns and property access during construction. There also will be permanent access changes as a result of this project. We will provide some overall information on the Wekiva Parkway and then focus on sections 3A and 3B, which will soon be starting construction. The Florida Department of Transportation complies with various non-discrimination laws and regulations, including Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. This meeting is being conducted without regard to race, color, national origin, age, sex, religion, disability, or family status. Persons wishing to express their concerns relative to FDOT compliance with Title VI may do so by contacting the department personnel shown here. Inquiries or complaints will be handled according to FDOT procedure and in a prompt and courteous manner. The Wekiva Parkway will complete Central Florida's Beltway while helping to reduce congestion and enhance safety on other state and local roads. This project has been some 30 years in the making. The Parkway is one of 3 legacy projects currently underway in the region, the others being Sunrail and I-4 Ultimate. The Wekiva Parkway will provide travel alternatives in the short term and mobility options for future generations to come. The $1.6 billion Wekiva Parkway, a new 25-mile toll road, is being developed by the Florida Department of Transportation and the Central Florida Expressway Authority. The Florida's Turnpike Enterprise will collect the tolls on the FDOT sections. The Parkway will include a number of non-toll road improvements, including the sections we're focusing on tonight. The agencies will be widening about 7 miles of State Road 46, rebuilding the US 441 State Road 46 interchange in Mount Dora, moving part of County Road 46A out of the Seminole State Forest so wildlife can move safely between habitats, and building parallel non-tolled service roads for local travel. The department also will be including a multi-use trail along much of its portion of the Parkway. The Parkway is expected to help spur significant economic development, including creating nearly 36,000 jobs, both directly and indirectly, during design and construction. The Wekiva Parkway represents a unique transportation solution that also helps to protect wildlife and other natural resources in the Wekiva River Basin. The agencies have diligently adhered to the 2004 Wekiva Parkway and Protection Act, including buying 3,400 acres of land for conservation and planning 4 substantial wildlife bridges. The Parkway will have a minimal number of interchanges. The idea is to reduce the amount of related development in this environmentally sensitive area. The Florida Department of Transportation is developing a trail that will parallel about 10 miles of the Wekiva Parkway. Here you can see a cross-section or sliced view of the bridge. Once complete, the Parkway Trail will connect to future extensions of the West Orange and Seminole Wekiva trails, as well as connect to the new Lake Wekiva Trail planned by Lake County. The Wekiva Parkway is the first expressway in Central Florida to feature all electronic tolling. There are no toll plazas. You do not need cash on the Parkway. Both FDOT and CFX have programs to accommodate those who do not have a transponder. All electronic tolling, or AET, enhances safety by eliminating the weaving between different lanes at toll plazas. It also maximizes convenience. Customers pay their tolls at safe highway and ramp speeds, without having to slow down or stop. You can find out more about all electronic tolling on the WekivaParkway.com website. Here you can see the overall schedule for the Wekiva Parkway. The left column shows the various Parkway sections. The red vertical line shows where we are currently in the schedule. Design, represented by the orange bars, is largely complete. Right-of-way acquisition, or the purchase of property needed for the project, is represented by the light blue bars. Right-of-way acquisition is expected to finish by the end of 2017. Construction, shown in green, should finish by the end of 2021, with all of the parkway then being open to traffic. This overall Wekiva Parkway corridor map shows the FDOT sections labeled in green and the CFX sections in purple. This snapshot shows when the various Wekiva Parkway sections are expected to open to traffic. The 8 miles of parkway currently open to traffic are noted here in yellow. CFX is on track to open the next sections in the spring of 2018. Basically, the plan is to have new sections open every year or two until all of the parkway is open to traffic by the end of 2021. So now we'll focus on the construction about to start on sections 3A and 3B in the Mount Dora area. The work will be completed in 2019. This $32.8 million project extends 3.8 miles along State Road 46 from west of US 441 to east of Round Lake Road. FDOT has hired the firms you see here for this project. RK&K will oversee the daily operations for the department. GLF Construction, the contractor, is building the project. Sections 3A and 3B are non-tolled improvements that include widening portions of US 441 and State Road 46 to 6 lanes. Crews will install 5-foot sidewalks and a closed drainage system including curb and gutter. On the left is a typical section for US 441 with a minimum right-of-way width of 200 feet. There will be a shoulder/bike lane and 6 12-foot lanes, as well as a 17-foot median on US 441. On the right, the typical section for State Road 46 shows the right-of-way with a minimum width of 180 feet. There will be a 7-foot bike lane, 6 11-foot lanes, and a 20-foot median on State Road 46. Section 3A will run along State Road 46 from east of Vista View Lane, just off the left side of the map, to just east of Round Lake Road, toward the right of the map. In coordination with the Central Florida Expressway Authority, runoff from Section 3A will flow to a joint-use pond on CFX's adjacent section 2C. You can see the joint-use pond, which will be naturally shaped and landscaped, on the right of this map. By using this joint pond, the department was able to avoid taking a family well-digging business and a number of residences. We also will be widening Round Lake Road at the State Road 46 intersection and upgrading the traffic signal in this location. Likewise, here we see the limits for Section 3B along State Road 46, from west of US 441 to east of Vista View Lane. Again, State Road 46 will be widened to 6 lanes and will include bike lanes, sidewalks, and safety medians. The department also is planning aesthetic treatments for the retaining walls, landscaping, and other features on this section. This image shows the limits of Section 3B along US 441, from south of Robbie Avenue, the left side of the image, to north of Natoma Boulevard on the right side of the image. The bottom image shows the profile, or changes in the ground level along this stretch. This section includes an at-grade signalized intersection at US 441 and State Road 46. The flyover bridge will provide free-flowing movement for people coming from the north along US 441 to head east along State Road 46 toward the Parkway. There has been extensive community coordination on the design of this intersection. The goal of this concept is to minimize the profile of this intersection to fit the small-town feel of the city of Mount Dora. As a result, the flyover ramp will only be about 5 feet higher than the current US 441 overpass. Also, US 441 will be below existing ground level in this location. This is indicated on the bottom image by the pink dotted line. Following is an animation that shows you what the new intersection will look like. Now we'll share some of the construction details of these two sections, which are being built at the same time as one project. FDOT wants you to be aware of the construction impacts to local travelways and the surrounding area that will occur during this project. Motorists can expect lane closures, detours, as well as other construction impacts shown here. Noise, dust, and vibration are unavoidable byproducts of construction. Night work also will be needed at times. We will do what we can to try to minimize these impacts. Motorists should always obey the posted speed limits, safety signs, and devices in the work zone. Drivers should be mindful of construction vehicles entering and leaving the roadway. We will provide the community with advance notification of lane and road closures, detours, and night work. The department posts important traffic news on the WekivaParkway.com website and on the Parkway Facebook and Twitter pages. During construction, community members may feel vibration from pile driving, roadway compaction, and other activities. These vibrations rarely are intense enough to cause structural damage. As a safeguard, FDOT will monitor vibration at homes and other structures within a certain distance of these construction activities. The following areas have been identified for possible vibration monitoring. Southern air homes along the property's perimeter and adjacent to the sound wall, most of the Stanley Bell Drive homes along the east side of the road, the first few Summerbrook homes at the Sebastian Street entrance, and the veranda apartment buildings closest to State Road 46. Areas for possible vibration monitoring on Section 3A include homes at the Vista View Lane and State Road 46 intersection, houses at the southeast corner of Round Lake Road and State Road 46. There also are a couple of block walls on both sections that may need to be reviewed for possible monitoring. If you have concerns about possible impacts to your property from vibration, we recommend that you photograph or video your property conditions prior to construction to establish a baseline. Take pictures and/or photos of drywall, stucco, concrete patios, and other surfaces. You may also want to document fragile items susceptible to cracking or breaking. Be sure to date the pictures or video. Early in Phase 1, construction will close Stanley Bell Drive just north of State Road 46. A cul-de-sac will be built at the closure to allow turnarounds. Clearing along property lines will begin early in Phase 1 at the Southern Air and Summerbrook communities. Also in Phase 1, Top of the Hill Road will be narrowed down to one lane to allow building the eventual change in grade or road level. Construction of the flyover ramp will mean that southbound US 441 traffic must go to the signal and turn left onto State Road 46 to access the Veranda Apartments and Pond Road. The flyover ramp will not provide access to these locations. Signs will be posted along US 441 to provide advance notice to drivers. Once construction begins, the contractor will clear the right-of-way of vegetation, structures, and other materials. Work along State Road 46 initially will focus on the north side of the right-of-way. Traffic will be maintained on the existing travel lanes for some time. Once the new lanes are built on the north side of the right-of-way, traffic will move onto those lanes. Work will then focus on removing the old road and building the new eastbound lanes. Later during the process, traffic will be split and placed on the outside lanes, while the medians and interior lanes are built. Here you see the US 441 and State Road 46 interchange, with the red hash lines indicating the work zone. Once the west side of US 441 is cleared, the contractor will begin building a detour or diversion by adding temporary pavement along the 441 southbound on and off ramps. A temporary traffic signal also will be built at the end of the ramps. All US 441 traffic will then move onto the detour or diversion. Crews will then begin removing the bridge and building the east side or future northbound lanes. They also will begin building the flyover bridge. During various periods while the US 441 bridge is being removed, State Road 46 traffic will shift onto temporary pavement at night to allow the demolition. Once the east side is done, traffic will switch onto those new lanes while work begins on the west side, or the new southbound lanes. Later in this process, once both the new outside northbound and southbound lanes of US 441 have been built, traffic will be split to allow building the median and turnouts in the middle. Here Round Lake Road is shown left to right. Road 46 is shown top to bottom. Traffic during construction will be managed in a similar fashion at State Road 46 and Round Lake Road, which will be widened just north and south of the intersection. The contractor in Phase 1 will build temporary pavement along the west side of Round Lake Road. Traffic will move onto those lanes to build the east side of the roadway. In Phase 1A, traffic will be split onto pavement on the outsides of Round Lake Road, while work begins in the middle. In Phase 2, All traffic will be on the newly built pavement on the east side of the roadway, while work continues on the west side. In Phase 2A, traffic is split on Round Lake Road to build the intersection. In Phase 3A, two-way traffic shifts to the east side of Round Lake Road to continue building pavement in the intersection. In Phase 3B, two-way traffic is on the west side of Round Lake Road to allow finishing construction in the intersection. There will be changes in grade or the road level during construction along Round Lake Road. This will affect the availability of left turns to some driveways. To learn more about the overall project, log on to wekivaparkway.com. You can find the maps in this presentation and other helpful information on the project website. You're also welcome to contact me as the Public Information Coordinator, as noted here. And you can follow the Wekiva Parkway on Facebook and Twitter for real-time updates. We'd like to thank everyone for attending this pre-construction public information workshop. We hope you have found this information helpful. Project team members are here to address your questions. You also may submit questions or comments on the comment forms you received when you signed in. You can also submit questions and comments to the project email address at info@wekivaparkway.com. We'd like to know how helpful you felt the meeting was tonight. There are surveys available for you to let us know how we're doing in terms of communicating with the public. We appreciate your feedback. Once again, the presentation and all of the materials should be posted on the wekivaparkway.com website within 7 business days. This presentation will begin again in a few moments.